Hey everyone, welcome to the Uncaped Crusaders review. I'm Mark Cochran and I'm going to be breaking down the brand new Star Wars The Last Jedi trailer. Sorry, but this time it is actually not going to be about The Dark Knight. This time, Star Wars. Huge Star Wars fan, obviously, grew up with it, one of the greatest things ever. And the new trailer for The Last Jedi just dropped last night. Was absolutely incredible. Everything you wanted to see from a Star Wars trailer. Gives you a lot of information, about characters, shows you all these pieces, but does not give anything really away. So I just wanted to break that down for you guys, giving you my reactions on the trailer and on the upcoming movie that is coming out in December. So, right at the beginning, we hear the voice of Snoke. We've heard him, we saw him as a hologram, heard him in the first movie. He is the leader of the First Order, and he's talking about raw strength, raw power. And it appears that he's saying it to Kylo Ren, because it's showing Kylo Ren on the screen, but it very well could be talking to Rey. Later on in the trailer, we see that he does in fact capture Rey and is trying to turn her. We also hear Luke using the same type of language of raw power about, presumably, Rey. One of the biggest things, the first movie, Force Awakens, left on a cliffhanger. Rey finally finds Luke, going to give him his lightsaber on the island. And that's where we left him. It appears that it will be picking up right where that left off, with Rey giving the lightsaber to Luke and finally starting her actual Jedi training. The coolest thing was definitely seeing her sitting there meditating on a rock, and you see the ground just crack and a whole bunch of little rocks start to come up, and just showing really her power. And the reaction that Luke gives is just fantastic. He said he had only seen this raw power once before, and in his words was saying that he wasn't scared enough when he first saw it, and he tried to train that person. But now he's seen how powerful and how destructive that can be, and he's terrified of that now. Presumably, that's him talking about Kylo Ren, how he trained him, and then Kylo Ren turned on him, destroying the entire Jedi Academy. So that's what that kind of seems like. So we see really a PTSD Luke, who's traumatized from all of this stuff that has happened, so much so that he's been in exile for years and years. Then it cuts to Kylo Ren, and we see him kind of talking. He's still going through an evolution phase that we saw start in Force Awakens with him killing Han Solo, his father. And now we see him wrestling more with that, as he's kind of saying that the past needs to die. You know, he needs to kill his past. It's showing him in what is now being called a TIE silencer, and showing him going through a space battle, very reminiscent of Revenge of the Sith at the very beginning with Obi-Wan and Anakin going through that space battle. But then in that, we hear him talking again. He's saying about killing his past, and then we see Princess Leia on the deck of her ship during presumably this battle, and then him locking onto that bridge of her ship. And you see his hand go to the trigger as he's wrestling with that decision. Was he going to be the one that kills Leia? Does he kill both of his parents? Obviously, with Carrie Fisher dying, this is going to be her last appearance in the film, so I would assume they would do something to send her off. I don't know if they're going to do it with him. Is he going to stoop to that? That's going to be interesting to see. We also get to see Chewbacca for the first time in the trailer, and then we get to see a Porg, which is a new kind of alien, new creature that we see. Kind of reminds me of Ewoks. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I don't know. I'll give it a shot. And then we get to see Finn. Finn's back in action. He's recovered, and we see him fighting Captain Phasma. We can finally get to see that showdown. So that'll be interesting what they do with her character. Hopefully we get to see more of her. We didn't see that much of her in the first movie. Then we see other things, a lot of intercut things. We see Rey coming up out of the water, and then we see Luke on the ground, apparently been knocked down. He's soaking wet, and he's saying that this will not end the way you think it is. This isn't the way you think it's going to be. Not exactly sure why. In the later, a couple of cuts later, we do see that Rey seems to be in that same area with him. So we don't know, is this Rey turning on him, with him trying to stop? Was this him trying to stop her from doing something, or her defending herself? Is this someone else entirely? not really sure, but definitely interesting to see what their relationship is going to be. It definitely seems like it's going to be rocky, if nothing else. Then we see a really cool scene. We finally see Snoke in the flesh. In the first movie, he's just a hologram, but in this, we finally see him in the flesh, and he is torturing Rey. He's using the Force to torture Rey, and it looks like it's in his throne room of some sort. So, not really sure how Rey ended up getting there. Not sure if Rey was maybe trying to assassinate him and got caught, or if she was just captured before and brought there. But that was definitely crazy to look at, as Rey looks in a lot of pain, and obviously Snoke's very powerful, so we'll get to see them interact for the first time. And then the ending was really the crazy part that everyone kind of freaked out on. I know I did, with Rey looking for help. She's looking to find someone to guide her, show her her place in the universe. And then right after we see her saying that, it cuts to Kylo Ren extending his hand to her. Again, it doesn't quite look like it's in the same scene, so there might be some fancy editing there trying to confuse us, but it definitely seems like the way she's talking that she's been abandoned by Luke in some capacity. Not really sure, but she's hurting and looking for guidance somewhere. So we've seen Kylo Ren hurting. He's struggling with the light and the dark side too. Not really sure what they're going to do. Who knows? Maybe they'll turn on both of their respective leaders and join up. Not really sure. That seems a little extreme to me, but it's definitely an interesting aspect and something we have not seen from a Star Wars movie. And that was a crazy way to end. Gave a lot of buzz, gets everyone talking, and everyone's really excited about this movie. I think that's the perfect way to end it, especially with an ending like that to the trailer. It's a perfect way to get everybody excited for December 15th, for when the movie comes out. So I know I'm going to be seeing it opening night, and I cannot wait for Star Wars again. That's about it for the breakdown of the trailer. Appreciate you guys for watching. And first video in about a year here on Uncaped Crusaders review. So here alone again. Ian is in Germany. So we're going to try and get some Skype reviews from maybe some Batman movies that have come out over the past year. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. Definitely we'll be bringing you a Justice League breakdown and reaction when that movie comes out later next month in November. So that's it for this show. I'm Mark Cochran. Appreciate you guys for watching, and this has been the Uncaped Crusaders review.